Yep. How are we doing? It is Sunday, April 27, 2025. We have a quick XRP market update. A little Sunday spike took place, and we're watching this new futures contract opening up here on Coinbase. I talked about a little hedge that I got underway over there. And I'm going to actually mention another meme coin on the XRP ledger that I just picked up. But what I'm really looking forward to in tonight's live show is giving away 250 XRP. So you guys know we did the XRP giveaway. You could enter on Thursday during Thursday's live show. We said for anybody that bought merch, ordered merch from the XRP family merch site, my website, or on TikTok, if you order during the live show, we would enter you into a giveaway, and we were going to select 5 people that would be winning 50 XRP, giving away 250 XRP total. Now, I want to make sure that nobody gets in trouble here, so let's just be careful. Please understand, I will personally be reaching out to you through email. We will reference your order number in the email. Okay, we're going to have your information. We already got your information. And please, this will not be a DM from me. Watch out, because I'm worried about the scammers and impersonators trying to jump on this one, right? Trying to do a cool thing, trying to give away some XRP, but these dang scammers, you know how they operate. So please just be careful out there. The procedure is going to be, after we go through the market update, we have, I got the wheel all ready to go. I'll show you it real quick. We got the picker wheel. Pickerwheel.com is the setup here. Got everybody's in there. And we have a total of 48 inputs. You guys went crazy. I didn't expect that many. 48 orders came in. That includes 4 from TikTok and the remainder from our website. And so everybody's been included there. I have your name, your order number. And after I go through my update, I'm going to shuffle up that wheel. We're going to shuffle it up 3 times. And then we're going to pick 5 winners, and they're going to be getting 50 XRP. You're going to get an email from me directly, and we will verify it's you, and we will make sure that you get your XRP, okay? I want to have some fun, right? I want to be able to give away some XRP. I want to do some cool things like this. This is why I'd created this public XRP wallet, which I have linked up in the description of the videos for folks if they want to, engage with me there. You can send XRP tips. Some folks have sent me some NFTs. I got some really cool NFTs, and that's been a lot of fun. And I'm looking to engage with everybody further. So that's what the objective is here. Have a little bit of fun. And boy, do we love to see XRP over the weekend here, building some momentum. And, this is a nice setup that we're looking at for XRP, already gaining some steam before these ETFs even go live. And remember, the futures ETFs aren't actually backed by XRP, but these spot XRP ETFs will be. And just like with Bitcoin, if you saw what happened in October of 2023, the fake news started to spread that the Bitcoin ETFs had already been approved. And Bitcoin went on a run from about $25,000 to about $50,000. It was basically $49,000 is where Bitcoin peaked out at on January 11th, 2024. I'll never forget it, because we called the top and we warned how it would be a buy the rumor, sell the news event. And sure enough, it was. So we need to watch for this on XRP. We need to watch for the run up, right? Bitcoin doubled up. XRP might be able to double, triple up with ease before the ETFs go live. Remember, buy the rumor, sell the news, how these events typically work out. And so I love to see that just, the headlines start circulating that the XRP ETFs are going to be approved on April 30th. And what happens is the SEC actually doesn't approve these per Eleanor Terrett. I had read off Eleanor Terrett's comment in my update this morning. Eleanor Terrett says that these don't get approved by the SEC. Basically, these get submitted, and then if the SEC has no issues and doesn't bring up anything, they just go live. So these 3 ETFs from ProShares will go live on April 30th here in just a couple days if there is no issue brought up by the SEC, and I don't expect there to be. Now, with the spot ETFs, you actually need the SEC to sign off and approve them officially. But what happens here is perception is reality. And so when the narrative starts spreading, oh, XRP ETFs are going live, people don't even look into it. Is it a futures ETF going long? Is it going short? One of these ProShares ETFs is actually an ultra short XRP ETF. Are they backed by XRP? People don't even look into it. They just say, oh, ETF's live. Let me go buy some more. And that's why XRP spiked up here on this Sunday. And, I'm really excited to see. We finished off the weekly chart here. So let me pull that up real quick, and then we'll get right on into our full update. Once again, we're going to be announcing the giveaway winners here. I have just a short, quick show lined up as far as an update, and then we'll choose our winners of the giveaway. Taking a look here, XRP weekly chart. You can see that we just closed off the week there at 224, basically 225. That's a big one, right? This weekly candle right here, we just finished up, just wrapped it up, and we close off the week here at 225. That's a big move. We opened up this week at 207. And what I love to see was this flush out down to, 204. Yeah, that was the flush out down to 204 that took place right at the end of the week before. And then we built back up here, a little pullback to 207, right? And then XRP blasted off here again. Now you can see this purple box, and I'm going to flip back to my 4-hour chart to show you, because in my Discord weekly call yesterday, I noted how I was expecting a little bit of a pullback actually leading up into the Fed decision day, which is May 7th, the next FOMC meeting and interest rate decision. And so I drew this purple box as far as a target region window of opportunity for us to scoop up some cheaper XRP. After I shared that update, actually, XRP did drop down to 216. Now, I also had shared with you guys how I'd placed an order to actually buy an XRP long on the Coinbase futures contract at 213. Now, the futures just opened up. I think they opened up at 6 p.m. Eastern. And so I have the new contract here. And this is the May 2025 contract now that we'll be trading. And right now we're at 226 on this one. So we are at a 3-cent premium. So 223.7 on the spot market on Qcoin. And in fact, I'll go to the Coinbase chart to show you what I'm talking about, even on Coinbase. So on Coinbase right now, we're at 223.7. Same on Qcoin. And we're at 226.5. So nearly a 3-cent premium on the XRP futures contract on Coinbase. Now, I almost don't even want to share this strategy publicly, because I want the opportunity to stick around for longer, right? As more and more people find this arbitrage opportunity, they'll be coming in. They'll be coming in with AI and bots and algorithms much more sophisticated than my doofus moron trading and technical analysis. And they're going to eat up this opportunity, this arbitrage opportunity. And essentially what it is you sell premiums. You sell off your premium when the XRP futures contract is trading above spot. You sell off that premium, and then you buy the deep discounts that we get when it's trading at a discount. And just on Thursday, I believe it was, when XRP pulled back to 211 on the spot market, on that futures contract, it was down at $1.95. So you buy the discount, sell the premium. And that doesn't even involve necessarily going short either, right? You don't have to go short to do that. You can just buy longs. You could buy that long when it's at a discount. You could sell that long when it's at a premium. I know that many people want to learn about this. I will be making some, content in relations to basic futures trading, how to do it. I already did the 60-second how-to, but, folks want to learn a little bit more. This is an opportunity. I compare it similar to when the XRP memes went live. It's an opportunity where we just have an explosion of, oh, wow, we finally have memes. And dumb money just started flowing around. And we had projects go to 100 million market cap on the XRP ledger. 50 million market cap, 100 million market. We went stupid. Memes are tokenized stupidity. And there's plenty of stupidity to go around. There's plenty of dumb money to go around. There's plenty of smart money to go around too. And that's why we're so excited about real utility. While sometimes we do partake in heading to the digital casino on the XRP ledger and throwing a bet on. So more on that later. I did just pick up a new meme coin, and I'm going to mention it to you guys so you guys can have some eyeballs on it as well. But we do have a very big week coming up here. Kobesi letter with the summary. We have the CB consumer confidence data on Tuesday, March JOLTS job data on Tuesday. We have the US Q1 2025 GDP data on Wednesday, and this is one that I'd marked on my calendar about a couple weeks ago when I gave the updated XRP timeline. I noted how I wanted to see what this Q1 2025 GDP comes in at, looking for us to have a negative quarter. Mainstream media is going to eat this one up. And so this is why I said this is part of the reason. There's a few factors on why I think that we might have a little bit of a pullback this week. And that would be, Q1 GDP coming out. That could be red. That most likely is going to be negative, and that could bring the markets down a little bit. But we could quickly see a reversal out of that, because if it's bad enough, the market might say, oh, wow, maybe there's a better chance that the Fed actually cuts rates. And so we might start to see a spike. Either way, after the next Fed meeting on May 7th, I think that the consensus will be that the Fed will be cutting rates at either the June or July meeting. And so the market will start to price in that rate cut. Specifically to XRP, we're going to start to price in the case settlement, and we're also going to price in the ETFs coming in. Just like with Bitcoin, when Bitcoin went from 25 to 50,000 between October, when folks thought that they were going live, and January, when they actually did, that was the opportunity to hit it. And then when it pulled back to 38,500 after that, that was the time to come in and scoop it before it went up to 74,000 back again in March. So once again, rally before, buy the rumor, sell the news into the ETFs going live. Probably going to have a pullback, scoop up that dip, and then we ride it back to new all-time highs, which is exactly what happened for Bitcoin. Now, I know some folks might want to bring up, well, that didn't happen for Ethereum. Well, ETH sucks. ETH is very lame. It's lagging because nobody likes it, right? Like Charles Hoskinson's, for crying out loud, one of the founders of ETH, is saying that it's dead in 10 years. ETH sucks. People really don't care to have exposure to it. So that's why the ETF didn't do anything for Ethereum price. Won't be the case for XRP. Okay. So Q1 GDP on Wednesday, that'll be good. We get PCE inflation data on Wednesday. So if we get further confirmation that inflation's coming down, more ammunition for the Fed to cut rates. And then that April jobs report will drop on Friday. So we'll get the jobs numbers, and that will give us a little bit more to work with if the Fed's saying, hey, wow, job market showing some concerns, inflation's coming back down, Q1 GDP was negative, probably time to cut rates so that Mr. Trump will stop making fun of me. That's what Jerome Powell's probably thinking, right? Now, like I said, this is the news that really popped us off today for XRP. Cointelelie sharing here, the SEC has approved a public launch date of April 30th for the ProShares Trust XRP ETF. And we already shared this document a couple weeks ago. And basically on April 30th, 2025, pursuant to paragraph B, and essentially how these work per Eleanor Terrett is these futures ETFs don't need to be signed off or approved by the SEC. Basically, if no issue is brought up, they just go live. So we already have one XRP ETF live in the United States. That's from Tia Cream, and that's the 2X long XRP ETF. These will be 3 more leveraged XRP ETF based off the XRP futures. And then remember, on Friday, we had the first XRP spot ETF in Brazil go live. So we're just going left. I mean, these things are popping up all over the place, these ETFs. Go long, go short. And the CME, the largest derivatives platform in the world, announced that they're going to be going live May 19th with their XRP futures. Now, this is an oldie but a goodie. I want to remind everybody, because this relates to the suits selling it with slideshow presentations, right? Wall Street now ready to sell XRP and our other utility coins for us when they go live with their HBAR ETF, when they go live with their XLM ETFs. They're going to be selling it for us. I won't have to pump up XRP. The suits will be doing it. But we also have Rosie Rios. These are just a classic statement here from Rosie Rios. And consider the fact that she could have joined any other crypto company, but she chose Ripple. And the reason why she chose Ripple is specific to XRP, not Ripple's business for ROUSD. When she joined the board at Ripple, they didn't have ROUSD. Now, maybe they had plans. Maybe she helped them work on ROUSD, maybe, right? But ROUSD was not a thing. And so she cites specifically XRP as the reason why she joined the board of directors at Ripple. Could have chose any crypto company, chose Ripple. Why did she choose Ripple? Not because of their payment solutions outside of XRP, specifically because XRP has a purpose. Take a listen in on this. The 43rd Treasurer of the United States of America, Rosie Rios.
Crypto has been in the news time and time again, and I just want to share that I am on the board of Ripple. Ripple is XRP. And so when people ask me the question, why did you join the board of Ripple? I joined the board of Ripple because XRP serves a purpose. It's a function that facilitates cross-border payments. It's not some store of value, kind of arbitrary value that is not pegged to anything. This is actually what legitimate financial institutions use specifically for cross-border payments. So instead of days and dollars, it's seconds and cents. And that is the future, in my opinion. Crypto has been
that is just music to our ears right there, isn't it? I mean, she can sell this thing pretty dang well, huh? Now, I would like to get an update on Rosie, if she's still on the board, if she, how active she is, and any new ventures. I know she's been very busy with the 250-year celebration that'll take place next year on July 4th, 2026. President Trump's been very excited to have that celebration as well, and Rosie Rios is actually in charge of it. So it's interesting to see how that's come full circle, right? President Trump and Rosie both teaming up, even though Rosie was actually appointed as treasurer by Obama. So it's interesting how that connection, has come full circle now. Now, continuing on here, I thought this was spot on from Crypto Michael. He had shared this tweet back on April 9th. And mind you, this was after XRP had just... He says, XRP held the support line. Most crypto experts, quote unquote, crypto experts, told you to sell your XRP yesterday at support. They will be publicly humiliated in the coming weeks when this pumps. Well, what happened after that, right? XRP all the way back up to 230. Now we're closing off the week above 225. And Crypto Michael says XRP should begin its next leg up very soon. When XRP pumps, it pumps hard and fast. You betcha. Most crypto influencers told you to sell your XRP below $2. Oh boy. Rest in peace. How'd that one work out? Be careful who you listen to. And this is what we're watching on that XRP price chart. Look at that. Futures just popped to 227. Spots up here at 224. 224 for XRP. Okay. That's a good one. Now, I wanted to check Bitcoin real quick. Did come back down today, all the way back down here to 92.8. Let's see if we can hold that 92,000 support for Bitcoin. I did actually have another tweet here from TraderView 2 on X. He had an interesting thread on this, market Bitcoin spot premium. He says something very interesting and unusual happened during the rally last week. Read along. The perp discount hit a 4-year low. Now, that would be the perpetual futures. The perpetual future discount hit a 4-year low, aka spot premium, hit a 4-year high. So what does this mean? Well, at face value, this would tell us that this rally was heavily shorted. The funding confirms there was a large amount of open interest. Perp traders still don't believe the rally. They are positioning for a reversal or think the price is unsustainable. Spot buying likely drove the move up, not perp longers, despite the high open interest increase. So, yes, technically speaking, this rally is not quote-unquote overheated by any means if we are using the perp market as a gauge like we do in the past. If anyone is wondering, my script is averaging out the top 3 spot and perp markets and creating the premium discount. You may be wondering, when was the last time we saw this? Well, right here, after the ETF pump. Price revived off a low and perp premium started going negative after price moved higher. Same setup as right now. So, what does this tell us? Well, this is actually similar to the XRP rally that took us up to 340. We noted how the spot inflows were what was really driving the market. Now, you did have a bunch of people that were going long at that time. The broader market was long. And so there was an impact felt by those in the perpetual futures, other contracts going long XRP, right? That did bring some juice behind the XRP rally, but mostly, if you recall, we were commenting on how this was driven by the spot inflows, just people saying, "Hey, take my money and give me XRP, please." And the difference here is that these rallies last. These rallies have legs on them. But like I said, I'm just looking for a little, for the market to just get shaken up slightly, right? When we get that negative Q1 GDP, when we get the inflation report, we're looking at the next Fed meeting coming up next week, following week, May 7th. And so I think that we could get spooked here. So we could cough, Trump could put out a statement that the market doesn't like, right? It doesn't take much for us to get that slight pullback. But what we're looking at right now is the bottom has probably been met. We've probably already flushed out the worst of this. That was $1.60 for XRP. And on Bitcoin, if I look at Bitcoin, that was that drawdown here to 74. Yeah, we basically double tapped at this level of 74,000 right here. Let me show you on the old Bitcoin chart. Double tap down here at 74.5. Right on into my levels, by the way, right here, if you see that. So, not only did we call it perfectly back here in March, down to 76, we got another pullback here in April after the Liberation Day, and that was 2 back tests down to 74,000. Okay? So I think that was the low for Bitcoin. I think the XRP met its low at that $1.60. So yes, we might get a little bit of a pullback, but that's why my purple box is right here on 218 all the way down to $2 for XRP. But really, we've already seen that we got bought up at 204. We did it back here on Wednesday. We did it again. That was Wednesday, April 16th. We did it again April 20th. And then the pullback to 204 and 206 here on Monday. One more back test of 212. That was on Thursday, 211, 212. And remember, that's when the futures contract went down to $1.95. So we're setting higher lows. Right? You can see the trajectory here. I had drawn a trend line right here, but I had too much stuff on my chart here. So, and you can see that the moving average too. Now, we already did get this pullback down to 215. So we already did come into my purple box, but I think that we might see one more too. Interesting, if you want a little bit of the woo-woo, I did talk about this with my Discord group on Saturday. If you throw on the moon phase indicator, it's interesting to watch the correlation between XRP peaking out around new moons and then drawing back down. And so I had noted in the Saturday call yesterday that we could see XRP peaking out for one last little rally and then maybe pulling back. I just found an interesting correlation basically going back since December. Before that, it was not as correlated as it is right now. And coming down into these full moons. So interesting if you believe in the woo-woo. If you believe in the woo-woo. Okay, a couple more things, and then we're going to be doing our XRP giveaway. This is Ocean XRP. He says, see you at 1 million. The ticker is Joey. And this just got launched, I think, a couple days ago on the XRP ledger. He says, then we go higher because you don't fade narrative tokens. Now, the narrative behind this one, what's Joey? Another stupid meme, Zach? Are you serious? Well, it's not just any meme. Trust me. Trust me. This is all tokenized stupidity. And know your limit, play within it. Just like the casinos tell us, right? Know your limit, play within it. Be responsible. But with that being said, First Ledger, the platform that created the memes, and now they're creating their new wallet. And their new wallet is called the Joey wallet. So this narrative, I think, is going to be pretty strong, just like Ocean's pointing out here, because you got, the main wallet creator. I don't think that they made this token. I don't know who made this token. And I did see that the token creator does have 30% of the supply, which is always a concern. But we'll see how well they handle it. I could get wrecked on this. I had just bought that. I saw this today, just a couple hours. I saw this a couple of tweets actually here from this guy and a couple other people on X. So I literally just bought this like maybe an hour ago, and I told my Discord group right away. And then I wanted to mention it here on tonight's live show, just because I think it will be a little bit of a runner. Here's the First Ledger platform, and you can see the chart. This is a 5-minute chart, way zoomed in. This thing's only been around for a couple days, but it really picked up here today. Big green candle just center right on up, and it's going to be interesting to watch. 742,000 market cap right now on this one. Let me just refresh this. I want to make sure that that's fresh. Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, so we might have ourselves a little bit of a runner with this one. Is that Vets project? Yeah, the Joey wallet is connected to First Ledger. So the people behind First Ledger are the people behind XRP Cafe. Now Vet does work at XRP Cafe, but he doesn't really have anything to do with the memes. Vet would probably tell me that I'm silly for buying this meme. And who knows, somebody, in the community could have made this meme token, and they might rug me. I might get rugged on this, right? That's the game. That's how the digital casino is played. The current dev balance is at 30%. Scary, that's worrisome. 75,000 in the liquidity pool, 700,000 in the market cap. So it's growing rapidly. And we'll see right now it's at that sweet spot. I like to see a 10-to-1 ratio. Basically, the market cap is 10 times or no more than 10 times what's in the liquidity pool, because that tells us that people actually are willing to put skin in the game. They're willing to put their assets to work and provide liquidity. So I like to hit that sweet spot. Anything where the market cap to liquidity, the liquidity pool ratio is 10-to-1. So for example, if the market cap of the coin is $1 million, I want to see 100,000 in that liquidity pool. Right now we're at 10-to-1. That's good. This thing might get a little overbought, might get a little hot. That's, probably going to happen, because I think that this narrative with this, tied to the First Ledger wallet, it checks off all of the boxes when you're doing due diligence on a meme coin, which is much different than the boxes that we check off when we look at a utility project like a Zebek. And what did you guys think of the Zebek deep dive? I dropped that yesterday. The feedback was tremendous, other than I think the big disagreement that folks had was people think it's going to go a lot higher than the targets that I put out there for Zebek. But I stay conservative on purpose. I don't want to get in front of, over our skis too far. So we'll see how it does. But Zebek, I just did the deep dive on that one. And, I move my trading bag around, guys. I just picked up the bag of Zebek a couple weeks ago. I just picked up this XRP meme coin. I just am getting started with the XRP futures as a way to arbitrage and hedge my long, big bag of XRP that's ridiculously long. I'm starting to hedge that on the futures. So starting to get a little bit more active. Now that the market's starting to pick back up, folks are going to feel comfortable. I'm starting to feel more comfortable, right? Now, I already was buying. I didn't need to wait for the masses and everybody feels safe, let's get in. No, I've already been. And, we've been picking up a few positions here over the past few weeks. But, and for all of you guys who bought XRP below $2, who bought HBAR below, 17 cents, XLM back down at 21 cents. Great pickups, guys. Great pickup. And Zebek went on all the way down to 0.0007, and it's already back up and dropped to zero. Already backed up and dropped to zero. So, anyways, I just wanted to mention that one. I think it might be a runner. Now, let's have fun. Zebek is moving also. Let me check that real quick, and then we'll do the giveaway. Let's check on our Zebek. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. She's moving. She's moving all right. How about that one? Whoa. Whoa. Went on a little move, huh? Little move for Zebeki. Wow. Yeah, and I think it's just getting started. I really do. I really do, because I got targets that go on up. I like I said in my deep dive, I think it goes to half a penny to a penny this bull run. That's where I'm at on Zebek. You know, right up here. On my fib, we're between the 2618 and the 3618, anywhere in there as it approaches half a penny. Yeah, I think that's a conservative that's a 400%. 4x, 5x. Nothing to complain about there, huh? Now, let's see here. I saw that Chad had posted in our Discord group that Casper's on a tear right now as well. CSPR, that's Casper, right? What's Casper doing? Are you guys pumping up Casper today? Holy smokes, up 67%? This thing went ridiculous. This thing went crazy. Up to almost a little over 2 cents today. Little over 2 cents on the Casper. Fully diluted value 234. Wow, I didn't realize that Casper already had all of its circulating supply out. 13 billion. Market cap's only 200 million. Maybe I should have got in on this one like you guys had told me to. 80% on the week. Wow. That's a runner. Down 98% from when it launched at the all-time high back in 2021. Wow, the all-time high is $1.36, May 11th, 2021. So this one's bled. But that's the thing about these tickers. You know, it's not going to take much for just a little liquidity comes on in, and then you start having yourself a good time. I mean, gosh, this thing just doubled up, basically. You know, it was down here at 120, 130 million, and then it just went crazy. All the way up here to 280 million market cap. Wow. Maybe I need to do a deep dive on Casper. Let me check the chat real quick. How are we doing? Thanks for Zebeg, Zach. Really wish I would have put in at least 1,000. You know, it's always hindsight, right? You always look back at these ones. You look back at the winners. You look back at the winners and you say, you know, yeah, yeah. And I did, oh yeah, 1970 Legend, thank you for the 20 spot. How do you stake Zebek? So if you go to my Zebek deep dive now, I updated it. So in the description, at the top of the description, I put in the link. It's like stake.zebek.io or something like that. Like, it's on the, not the Casper, but the Zebek deep dive video now, right at the top of the description. So I put that staking link right from their website right there. And I think that that's really the only platform that you can stake it on is on their website with them. So I don't know all the details of how it works, but they are promising or, you know, presenting upwards of 15% staking on Zebek. I'm not staking any of mine. I don't really have any plans to, but that's because Zebek's not a long-term hold for me right now. But I will be watching this project, and that could change. You know, in my deep dive on Zebek, I mentioned how I'm interested to look at how it does after all of the new token unlocks are completed. All of the token unlocks will be done by March of 2026. So then it'll be at fully circulating supply. All the tokens will be out there. If somebody wants to get rid of their bag, they can. We'll probably already be in a bear market slump during 2026, so that's a great time. Clean out the sellers and the people that don't want to be around. And then I'm interested to see how it does after that. That's going to be interesting. Kevin Cooley, thank you for the 2 spot. Let's go. Free XRP with hat. Yeah. So I'm about to do the XRP giveaway selection here. About to do it. That was an amazing Zebek deep dive, Zach. Thank you. Thank you. You guys have to understand from my position, everybody wants me to pump their ticker. You guys are asking me, hey, Zach, can you do a deep dive on this? But really what you want, deep down inside, is you want me to pump that sucker. You don't want a deep dive. You want me to pump that sucker. And that's okay, because I'm going to approach each one of these projects with, no bias. And if I do have a bias, i.e. I picked up a bag, I will let you know. And I'm also going to tell you, hey, what my conservative targets are. I'm not going to go crazy with it, right? And I'm kind of joking, tongue in cheek. I know that you guys do value these fundamental deep dives, and it really allows folks to get caught up to speed quickly. That's why we do them. You can watch one of these videos and you can get a great snapshot of the project's ecosystem, team, fundamentals, use case, tokenomics, and the technical analysis, real quick. 20 to 30 minutes is where I try to keep these deep dives at. So they're not too long, but long enough that we can include all of the fundamentals. And that's the thing with a lot of these deep dives, is I could include a lot more. I mean, that's why I talk about XRP every single day, is because there's developments in XRP every single day. With these other projects, we try to neck it down to, a consumable half hour at most, but get you caught up to speed fully. So I'm glad that you guys appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. And we'll have more coming this week as well. Now, shout out to the mods. Shout out to our mods in the chat. Yeah, get rid of the scammers. They're bad. It's ridiculous out here. Let me check. There's a couple super chats I want to check, and then we'll do our giveaway. Charles Brewer, things are looking good. Charles, I recognize your name, my friend. Thank you for the 10 spot. I recognize your name. Okay, you're on my wheel. Eligible for a 50 XRP victory. Vinny, how do you join your Discord? So you sign up on Patreon to get access to Discord. It's not the $5 tier. I've created a $5 tier. It's $5.89, $5.89 on Patreon. That's just the support tier. So you get a little additional exclusive content. You get to watch our weekly call recordings, and you have access if you want to shoot me a message there. But it's mostly just the support tier. But then the next tier up, that's our Discord tier. So you sign up through Patreon to get access to Discord. We're in the middle of revamping Discord right now, consolidating it, and trying to streamline the process for new people coming in. And I'm also going to be updating kind of a welcome video to help folks understand the process, getting on Patreon, linking your Discord. It's not terribly complicated, but for some folks it's new. And so we want to make it as easy as possible for the new people coming in. But Vinny, we'd love to have you in the family. You sign up through Patreon to get access to Discord, and we'd love to have you in there. Now, Wes, I appreciate that. Are you still riding with XCN from this bull run? Yes, I still got my bag. It's not as much of a bag as I had. I sold off 75% of my XCN, but I still have a bag. Yep. Hey, Zach, loving the Coinbase futures. William Coate, appreciate that. Appreciate the 4 spot. I'm glad that you're liking it. It's a great arbitrage opportunity. Like, you don't even have to bring your algorithms and bots to just trade this arbitrage on it. I mean, it doesn't look to be that talked about yet. I haven't seen anybody else mention it. And so, that's what we do here. I try to share as much alpha as possible. It's up to you guys to take your own action. I'm not going to give you financial advice, tell you what to buy or when to sell or what to sell. I'm just going to say what I'm doing. That's how I operate. I like a coin, I buy it. I tell you guys. I also let you guys know, whether or not it's a long-term hold. And essentially the only crypto for me that's going to be, a long-term hold as far as, over half my bag is my XRP bag. With every other position that I have, we're looking to offload about 90% of them this bull run. At least that's my plan. but you should have your own exit strategy for each one of your positions, especially now that we're getting ready to pop off here again. It's going to happen quick. It's going to come and go very quickly, so please be prepared. Now, all caught up there. Okay, Kevin Pennington had dropped a 5 spot. What's the ticker for the ultra short XRP ETF? Is it similar to the XRP leverage ETF? Thanks for what you do. I don't know what the ticker is yet, but we have some time to find out because it won't go live till April 30th. So I'll let you know on that. I'll let you know what the ticker is. Yep. Remember, it's not physically backed by XRP. You can't cash it in for XRP, but it's a way to make money, right? It's a way to hedge your XRP. And if you're like me and you got a big bag of XRP and that bag is long, very long, like I'm never going to sell a portion of it long, this is how we hedge. Now, Petro Pro dropped a 2 spot. XRP fam, what up? USA is back. Oh, God bless it. God bless it. Yes. Yep. We're moving quickly. Happy Pisces 320 with the Canadian 1399. I appreciate you very much. Thank you. Dennis 5 spot. Axelar burn rate gonna soar. 70 chains. New Cobalt status for Solana Stellar SWE. XRP bought at 29 cents. Dennis, I appreciate that. And I need to do a deep dive on AXL. Yep. Maybe we should do that one this week too. I got Stronghold is up on my list, and I got a lot of folks have been asking about AXL. You guys let me know what other tickers you want me to pump. I mean, what other tickers you want me to deep dive. We don't do the pumps. Okay. Who's ready to see some XRP given away, huh? This is my first time doing this, so we'll see how it goes. I'm using this spinnerwheel.com, which I think is going to be pretty legit. I did a couple tests, okay? But I have not shuffled up the wheel yet, which I'm going to do. We're going to do 3 shuffles, make it as fair as possible. Let's take one sip of, no adult beverage tonight. I'm sipping on a poppy, a healthy pop. Or so they say. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, you know. Even when you try to go healthy these days, they still got some crap in there, huh? All right. Are we ready to go? Are we ready to do it? Okay. Here's the deal. Actually, you know what? I want to be able to give the webcam and the website at the same time. Let's go with this. Let's go with this one right here. Can we do this one? Boom. Webcam and website. How do I get... Okay. Okay. There we go. One sec. Let me check this. Want to make sure you guys can see the whole thing here. Okay. So I put in all of our orders here. Remember, to enter this giveaway, you needed to buy merch during the Thursday live show. And it was a hard cutoff right at the end, where I went right to the list and I picked, and I cut it off right after I got off the live show. So I've entered this list, everybody's order, your name, your full name, and your order number. And I didn't expect us to get this many. We ended up getting 48 orders. You guys lit me up. Many of these orders are already on the way, by the way, too. And you should be getting the confirmation of your order has been shipped. Okay, if you have any questions, just email us. merch@zachrector.com is the official customer service line. Okay, merch@zachrector.com. But your order should be on the way. Let's give away some XRP. I'm so excited. Are you guys excited? I should have teed up a drum roll background music too. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Can you guys hear that? My mic's too dialed in. You can't pick it up. Okay, let's go back to the wheel. Let's do it. Drum roll, please. Hold up. I need to shuffle it. I need to shuffle it because this is all in order. All 48 of you, including 4 TikTok orders down here. The TikTok orders are the ones that don't have a order number. Michael Hawley, Andrew Zalager, Sherry Baker, Dan Dalton. Okay? 48 orders, 48 inputs. Oh boy, getting shaky with the mouse here, getting excited. So we're going to do 3 shuffles. Let's do 1. Boom. Okay. Let's do another. Boom. Okay, we're going to do 1 final shuffle. Let's go. Boom. All right. Drum roll, please. Let's get it. Okay, we're going to hit the spin in 3, 2, 1, go. And the winner is Ryan Pike, order 6733. Ryan Pike, you're a winner. Ryan, first winner of the night. God bless you. 50 XRP coming your way. Remember, you're going to get an official email from me. You're going to get an official email from me, and we'll make sure it's all dialed in. 50 XRP to Ryan Pike, our first winner. I'm going to hide this choice so nobody can win twice. Okay. So we have 47 out of 48 inputs. I really like this wheel. This is a lot of fun. Thomas Conservative, thank you for the 10 spot. I'm excited. I like to watch. This is fun. Is Ryan in the chat with us? Ryan Pike. Is Ryan Pike in the chat? Okay. Let's do another one. We're spinning in 3, 2, 1, spinning. And the winner is Brian Tilton. Order 6714. Brian. 50 XRP coming your way, brother. You know, it's funny. This is just like with the XRP memes. After I realized after I did the live show, I said, "Oh, this is so fun! You know, we're gonna give away 250 XRP." And then I remember, oh crap, XRP's at over $2. We're giving away over $500 tonight. Holy cow! And well, if you hold it for 10K XRP, well then I mean we're talking big bags. But I was thinking it reminded me of these XRP memes because at first when the XRP memes came out, we hadn't popped up to $2. You know, we were still at 60 cents, 70 cents, and the rally was starting to pick up. But you'd throw 100 XRP at a meme coin, and you'd be betting 60, 70 bucks. Well, after XRP went up to $2 and $3, I kept on forgetting that XRP had pumped that high, and so then I'd go to buy a meme coin. I'd throw a couple hundred XRP at it. Next thing I know, I'm betting betting an arm and a leg here. Betting $500-600. But that's 2 winners. Brian, you are our second winner tonight. Is Brian in the chat? Everybody's sleeping. I wish I would have gotten everybody a little bit more heads up. I'm going to hide the choice there. I wish I would have been able to get you guys a little more heads up. But yeah, this afternoon I decided let's get this giveaway done tonight. I know everybody was excited for it. So my apologies for not giving the full heads up sooner. But here we are. We still have 3 more winners to choose. Okay, we're going to spin it in 3, 2, 1, go. We got another one coming up. And our winner is Tony Zubaria. Tony, where are you? You are a winner of 50 XRP, Tony Zubaria. Okay, we have 2 more to do. I'm going to hide the choice. Okay, so now we're down to 45 inputs. Your odds are 1 in 45 right now. If you are in this giveaway, you are at 1 in 45. Here we go. Your chances are getting better. Let's spin it in 3, 2, 1, go. And another one coming. Here we go. We got a Julie Goyen 6753. Julie, where are ya? Is Julie in the house? Now I really like the little sound that it makes. You know, a little winning sound. That's kind of exciting with the confetti. That's great. Okay, final one coming up. Julie, where are you? Yeah, if XRP goes to 10K, you guys do the math. It gets crazy out here. You know, you 10K XRP crazies. Oh boy. Okay, we got one more to do, huh? We're going to hide the choice. The odds are 1 in 44 for the final selection. Spinning in 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. Like the wheel, the spinning sound too. And our final one of the night is John E. Clark 76756. John, where are you? There we have it, folks. 5 winners. We got Ryan Pike, 50 XRP. Brian Tilton, 50 XRP. Tony Zubaria, 50 XRP. Julie Goyen, a 50 XRP. Johnny Clark is our final winner. 50 XRP, bringing our total to 250 XRP at a
time and time again, and
at a $10,000 per XRP price. Hey, you better invite me to the yacht party. Are any of our winners in the chat, though? Stu says Zach's wife is going to spit chips. You just gave away 2.5 million, Zachary. Yeah, it's funny. I get called Zachary when I'm in trouble. My mother still calls me that. I got my aunts, but then mostly now my wifey. Yeah, wifey comes at me when I'm in. Sometimes I do get in trouble. Does happen from time to time. But guess what, guys? That was a lot of fun. Let's do one more. What do you say? Should we do one more? Let's do one more. Just for fun. This is a lot of fun, isn't it? Let's do one more. So, let's bring it back. Let's go. Let's do one more. Let's give away 300 XRP tonight. What do you guys say? I'm going to hide that choice. So now, for this final extra 50 XRP, your odds are 1 in 43 now. Odds are getting better. One final spin for a bonus round. Coming up in 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. Ooh, it kind of glitched on us. Ooh. And we got a winner. We got a winner. Joshua Dent, 6740. Let's go. Joshua. We were having so much fun. You guys, hey, thanks for participating. Thanks for supporting the XRP family. Appreciate you guys. So, we got 6 winners now. We're going to be giving away 300 XRP total, 50 XRP to each winner. That was a lot of fun, wasn't it? Now, you guys are definitely going to want to stick around because this isn't going to be the only giveaway that we end up doing. I got some other stuff in the works here, and we're gonna be having some fun with these ones. But you guys that won will be receiving an official email from me personally, and we're gonna make sure that this is a smooth transaction for you. We're gonna make sure we get your XRP wallet address. We're gonna make sure if you want me to send it to an exchange, we're gonna need that memo, right? So we want to make sure that we get we'll have to have a tag. It'll be a tag, actually, destination tag. So we'll need your wallet address. If we're sending it to exchange, we'll need the tag, but we'll make sure that we get that all secure. I'll be reaching out to you personally, and we'll be getting you your 50 XRP. I appreciate everybody for lighting us up on Thursday. A lot of orders came in. The orders are already going out, and I really hope that everybody appreciates the merch. Getting great feedback on it, and the main reason why we're doing it is just to spread the good word and the good vibes about XRP, right? So let's open it up. I want to go into rapid fire Q&A. I still have a little bit more of my poppy to drink and sip on here. Any of our winners in the chat here? Any winners in the chat? If you guys haven't already, yes, please smash the like. Thank you, Chad. Thank you, Chad. This is your shtick, Zach. I love it. Should we just be having we need to have a game show night, giveaway night? Yeah. Joshua's here. Joshua, good to see you. Zach, what are your thoughts on hidden road liquidity and how it will affect XRP price? Great question, William. 3 trillion on a yearly basis, 10 billion daily. It's a quantum leap for liquidity coming to the XRP ledger and for Ripple's business. But as it relates to your question, I do believe that it is going to significantly increase the price of XRP, yeah. And this might take a year to play out. We're going to see how quickly that liquidity comes to the XRP ledger. But we're talking about what took Ripple a decade to settle 70 billion. They'll now be doing in 7 days through Hidden Road. It's simply just a matter of how much and how quickly that liquidity is going to come to the XRP ledger. ZBCN, because of you, bud. I'm glad that you found it. I'm glad that we were able to get you in there. Zach, will you please clarify, if banks use a private ledger, why would they need to use XRP and have private info public? So they don't need to send their info public. What they would be doing is the private messaging layer. That's what the private ledger's for. So basically they can keep all of their private transactions and messages over there, but then when they want to tap into the public liquidity, that's what would bring them to the XRP ledger. If they wanted to trade between assets, or if they just wanted to tap into the liquidity that's being built over here, that's where they would come to the public ledger. There are not 2 prices of XRP. We've played that clip from David Schwartz before. I know that that's circulating on TikTok. I know it's kind of circulating in the community before too, but it's been brought back up again on TikTok, and they're calling them dark pools, and they're creating these FUD videos. There's no 2 prices of XRP. The private ledgers are for messaging and keeping things behind that hidden wall. But then when they want to tap into public liquidity, they would need to come to the public XRP ledger. Zach, First Ledger link doesn't work for me. The site keeps getting flagged. You might have to join without Wi-Fi. I know that for me, I've had problems on First Ledger joining with your internet. For some reason, it trips up something on that. So I've had that myself, where if I want to get on First Ledger on my phone, I have to join without Wi-Fi for whatever reason. So that might be your problem. But yeah. Petro Pro, thank you for the 5 spot. Any news on the Oregon story? USA is back, no tax on American crypto. When do you think it will be announced? So no updates right now on the Oregon case. Not that I've seen any, but as soon as we do get any updates on that, I will be covering that. I'm also probably going to look back at that and see if there's anything that we need to pull from that. Maybe I can do a quick video overview on what that case is about. I don't think it's going to be a significant threat to XRP. I think that the only people that are threatened by this lawsuit would be, unfortunately, the citizens of Oregon. And not only are you threatened by this lawsuit and exchanges delisting and pulling customers off of Oregon, you have a bunch of taxes that are being proposed in Oregon right now as well, too. So you have an attorney general that wants to effectively kill crypto, and maybe not kill crypto, but he's attacking crypto right where the SEC left off. That's what your attorney general is doing. I'm not up to date on what stupidity your governor's up to, but I could guarantee that they're up to some stupidity. Just based off of the tax hikes that they're trying to levy on you, I would wage to bet that the governor's driving it as well. And so the tax increases in Oregon are going to decimate that state further, just like the taxes that they're trying to implement in Washington state. And there's a few other states too that are just love shooting themselves in the foot. They just love, increase payroll taxes by 80%. Why not? Sure. In Washington, they're increasing the tax on Zyn and cigarettes by 90-something%. So they're, one of many sin taxes that we have in Washington, on top of one of the highest gas taxes in the union as well. So it's a competition. Who can have the least amount of common sense within their state? Washington, Oregon, competing against California, New York. Yeah. What ledger would I recommend? You were right, Zach. Did it on my phone without Wi-Fi and it worked. Thanks, Zach. Yeah. I don't know why it's flagging First Ledger. They have that bot at the beginning that makes sure that you're human. So I don't know if that's part of triggering it, but I've seen other websites do that too that haven't given me any issue. So I don't know what it is about First Ledger, but yeah. Welt says, damn, I missed winning by one person twice. Oh man, I'm sorry. We're gonna be doing more. We're gonna be doing more. Oh, and that reminds me, guys, for a lot of folks, if you're not savvy on the tech and you're not into all these wallets and how to use all of it, just go to Caleb and Brown. Personalized broker service. They'll get on the phone with you and they'll provide you institutional grade custody where you don't have to worry about losing your keys. You don't have to worry about losing your crypto because they're going to store it for you in institutional grade custody, segregated accounts where there's no commingling. Your XRP is not with somebody else's XRP. So if you don't want to deal with the wallets, I got a link for Caleb and Brown right on down below. Tell them that Zach sent you, and they're going to take really good care of you. Okay? So for those of you guys that don't want to go down the path of learning how to use the wallets, you can get institutional grade custody. Or even if you do like having, some holdings on cold storage, but you want to use their brokerage service, I mean, this is, one of a few platforms that I'm going to be using for this bull run for selling XRP. But then I also bought my Zebek on Caleb and Brown as well, too. Caleb and Brown does have Zebek listed. Once again, that's in the description of this video. Or if you go to my website, it's on our community resources tab. I live in Australia. Is there someone that you recommend? That would be Caleb and Brown. They're based out of Australia, actually. Yeah, Marcus. They're right next door to you in the land down under. With all the rest of you crazies down there in Australia. Yeah, they're down there. Yeah, Caleb and Brown, good folks. Nothing but good things I've heard from them. Yeah, exactly, Stu. They're down there with you. Down there with you guys. Canada has the election tomorrow, don't they? Yes. Yes, yeah, that's right. Canada. Better get out and vote. Thoughts on Fuzzy Bear? Oh boy. The fuzzies are going to attack me. The fuzzies are going to attack me. They're still pumping her. Naval, thank you very much. I did get an account with Caleb and Brown, and I saw Naval. I think you asked if you could see me at the after party in Vegas. Yes, I will be there. I'm probably only going to be at the official after party though for a quick visit, because I am going to be attending the meetup that 68J is hosting. So there's basically the official after party on Saturday, and then there's another meetup that's being put on by 68J. He's a friend of mine. And there's going to be like Jake Claver, Mickle, some of the other favorites are going to be there too. Molly, I believe, Molly Elmore. And so I'm going to be attending that event. So I will only be at the after party for a little bit, and then I'm going to be going to that one. But yeah, come see me. I mean, that's what we're going to be doing all weekend. That's what we'll be doing all weekend. Would Caleb and Brown being in Australia have any tax implications? No different than than that, you know, than using a U.S. exchange. No different. Now, where you'd be able to, you know, change your tax situation would be holding the crypto in an entity outside of the United States. That's where it would change. But as long as it's you and your personal account with Caleb and Brown, or with an LLC that's based in America, you would be, you know, U.S. tax laws would be applicable. But please consult with your tax professional. Any thoughts on the XRP class action lawsuit by Brittany, previous XRP developer? Oh boy. This is the same gal that put out the video about the dark pools in the private ledger. And I heard folks say that she was claiming to be a former Ripple XRP developer. And now she's got a class action lawsuit. Really? Oh boy. We'll see. We'll see. I'll have to take a look. I don't like what I heard so far, though. I'll just say that. I don't like what I've heard so far. It's misinformation, what has been shared so far in regards to the dark pools and two separate prices of XRP. That's not the case. You can call the private ledger dark pool if you want to make it sound more dramatic and mysterious, but there are no two prices of XRP. That's the important part. Protect your XRP from the greedy aliens. That's right. The aliens will definitely be interested in XRP. I will join Caleb and Brown tomorrow. Thanks, Zach. Yeah, I think that you guys will enjoy your experience over there. And make sure you let them know that I sent you. They'll put you at the top of the list. We've kind of been bombarding them with a lot of people, but they're prioritizing our community right now. So just let them know. Oh, you guys cracked me up. Oh, I missed your super. Let me go back and check super chats. Let me go back here. My apologies. Yes. So I got you, Naval. Can you clear up the FUD on the dark pools? We did that. Road Dog hit us with a 2-spot. Hey, Zach, have you looked at Quebetics? No, but I saw somebody comment on it. The ticker is TICS, TICS. Oh boy, guys, Joey just broke 1 million market cap. That was easy. That was quick. Look at this Joey. She's running. Wow. When we started the stream, it was at 400. What was it? No, 500. It was at 500,000 market cap. Look at her fly. Little Joey. What is that? A little rabbit? A little rabbit? Yeah, I mean, you guys are going crazy on these buy orders. I'm looking at the orders right now. If I slide on over here, look at these buy orders coming in. 100 XRP, 45 XRP, 20, 85, 25, 30, 20. That's a lot of XRP. 115, 100, 50. Just pounding this chart. 1.1 million market cap. 0.0005. Pounding it. Another hundo. No sell chart, no sells here for a dozen orders. Wow. Why is XRP pumping? Well, let's take a look. Where's it at right now? 225. Yep, back up to 225. That's good. See the XRP futures though already back up to 228. I'm telling you about this arbitrage. This is a real opportunity right now. I'm going to be moving on this. I got to see because I defined this chart because this is the May 2025 contract. And I'm guessing that the April contract, maybe it ended last Friday. If there's not a full week, maybe it ends on the last full week. I think that that's how the futures work. They don't always expire on the last full week of the month. Yeah, it can vary. It can vary the schedule on when they expire. But typically it's the yeah, it varies by contract. In many cases, futures contracts expire on the third Friday of the expiration month. But see, yeah, this is where I got to go check because I don't know if my order canceled, right? I put in a limit buy order for $2.13, but it was on the April contract. So I don't know if it automatically rolls me over to the May contract or if I'm going to have to go back in and set another order to buy it. Or you know, if I wanted to set another order to buy, then that's what I'd have to do. So I'm going to have to check that, right? This is still kind of new for me. I've only done perpetual futures before. So perpetual futures, they're not a contract with an expiration date. They're a perpetual contract that's just ongoing. There is no expiration. So that's what's different about this one. Bought 5 contracts at 226 and sold at 228. Quick $50 in 30 minutes. William Coate. There you go. There you go. Yeah. People went crazy with Casper. Yeah. I love the merch and I'm all about the wheel, bi-monthly wheel drawings. That sounds like fun, huh? Zach, you always cover coins the Economic Ninja does, yet you are radio silent on Digibyte. It's funny you mentioned that because I actually did speak with Travis Ninja. I did speak with him this weekend. Had a good conversation with him. And the reason why I've covered some of the coins that he covers is because a lot of our communities, commingle, I guess. A lot of people that watch him watch me. A lot of people that watch me watch him. And yeah, I mean, he's found some real winners. He really has. But you got to be careful. I mean, the majority of our conversation was basically on how do you tell your community about a project without causing just a quick, overbought, over accelerated pump that will inevitably dump, right? It's almost difficult, especially for him. He's got an even bigger channel than me, an even bigger audience, and he's got a lot of people that will act, right? And so, it's a tough spot to be in because you might just want to, hey, this project's interesting, and then next thing you know, for example, if I want to buy a coin, and you mention the coin, say, hey, I got my eyes on this one. Well, you guys might run up the chart and then I might not be able to get a good entry, right? Because you guys are going to go crazy with it. Versus how do you responsibly buy tokens, tell your community about them, be honest, be transparent. That's my approach. I've always, maintained full, open, honest transparency first. That's how I've built my reputation. And that's the reason why I still have my reputation, even after trading XRP memes, mentioning XRP memes, mentioning other projects. People know I'm always going to come back to XRP, but we do once in a while take a glance over at other opportunities. And like I said, my trading bag will go where it needs to go. I don't do Solana memes. I don't do Solana ecosystem. I don't do ETH ecosystem. I like the XRP ecosystem. I like the XRP Ledger Casino, right? If I'm going to go have myself a good time, I'm going to know my limit. I'm going to play within it, and it's going to be on the XRP Ledger. Other than that, I'm excited to get back into the futures trading. I had great success back in the day shorting the hell out of Bitcoin time after time after time after. Literally went on a streak that was like 14 for 15 shorting Bitcoin. Rolled it all into XRP. And then Qcoin kicked me off. And thank God I was able to get my XRP off there. But I'm excited to get back into the futures using Coinbase. I think what I'll do is maybe Thursdays. Well, I don't know how regular we'll make it, but I think this Thursday I'm going to do another giveaway. We'll do another giveaway this Thursday. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell, set your calendar, and that'll be Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern. We do our regular live shows every Tuesday, Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern. I just wanted to go live here tonight, have a little party, give away a little XRP. We were going to give away 250. I ended up doing 300. So six folks are winning 50 XRP. But we're going to do another one on Thursday. That's what we'll do. Okay. Tuesday will be about business. We'll have a little bit of fun too. Thursday will be locked in on business, and then we'll do another giveaway. That'll be fun. I'll figure out if it's going to be the same. If we do something different, I'll figure out what it's going to be. But this is why I made that public wallet, to be able to give away XRP, not for my long-term XRP. And remember, I should make a quick note on this. What I've done is I have my long-term holdings of XRP buried. Doesn't get touched ever. Never does it get touched. It's just buried. It's just gone. Consider it gone. And then I've created other wallets. So basically, just like you'd have at your bank, you have your savings account, you have your checking account, you have your credit card. Same thing. I have my savings, I got a checking, I got other wallets. I think this public wallet that I made, I called it DGen Memes or something like that, right? Because I knew that I was going to be, trying to do giveaways, messing around with that. So what I would recommend for everybody that is going to interact with the XRP Ledger is create new wallets for yourself that have nothing to do with your long-term holdings. Whether you want to go into the AMM, whether you're going to buy meme coins, whether you're just going to buy other, projects on the XRP Ledger that you like, maybe they're not even meme coins, right? Then I would do so not with your main wallet. That's what I would urge everybody. Make sure you don't be playing around with your main wallet and your main holdings, okay? Sona, thank you for the 10 spot. Zach, how do you answer the Bitcoin maxis that say the elites can just make their own XRP? I think the decentralization of XRP is a strong argument against that. It is. It's the same argument that they use for Bitcoin. They say that, Bitcoin is a neutral store of value. That's great. So is XRP. And you get neutral utility, right? So not only do you have the store of value, you also can actually use it for utility. And that's the difference between XRP and Bitcoin. That's why we call it the better Bitcoin. We got the better Bitcoin dog tags right there. Yep. The better Bitcoin, XRP family dog tags. That's why we call it the better Bitcoin. It has the same functionality, not the same functionality. It has the same store of value attribute with actual utility. So, yeah, as far as the elites can just make their own, nobody trusts the elites. You need neutral. You need neutrality. You want decentralization, and you want real utility. That's what XRP and the XRP ledger offers. Bitcoin only offers store value. Zach, anything about the payback being a reality? I got to actually check with Jimmy on what he's working on. I don't know if he's still working on that or proceeding, what he's doing with the payback. No. My screen just went black there for a second. Hopefully I'm still there. Am I still in the chat here, guys? We're getting attacked right now. It just went black again on me. We're getting attacked. They're trying to get at us. We gave away too much XRP tonight. We're good? Okay. My Streamlabs is glitching up, so I don't know what's going on there, but looks like we're still in the game. That's good. This Joey, holy smokes, guys. Let me see if I can show you this. Okay, yeah, I can. Wow. Look at this thing. It just went to 1.5 million. 1.5 million. That's the crazy thing about these memes on the XRP ledger. It takes so little of inflows coming in to pump these things. It takes nothing for these things to just full send. Yeah, we finally got some sell orders coming in. A little bit of sell orders coming in. But I mean, for crying out loud, the thing just pumped up here massively. 1.5 million. I mean, this honestly... Oh gosh, it's too early to throw out I probably shouldn't throw out predictions on this one, but let me just show you guys though. Let me show you the first page of First Ledger. Audio is out of sync. Oh, I'm getting attacked by the aliens, aren't I? Yeah, that's probably them. That's probably them. Ooh, someone just clipped out 494 XRP. Ooh, somebody just hit it for 1.18 thousand. Somebody just full clip 1,300 XRP out of this one. Wow. People are clipping it up. They're watching. See, this is why I can't mention a ticker, because people go crazy. People go crazy. Look at how quickly it's getting bought back up, though. Wow. No, this one could really be a runner, though. Let me show you the first page of First Ledger here. And I'll show you just how big some of these other memes have gotten. Okay. So these are in order by market cap right now. XRPM, this stupid, silly coin has been up here forever. 26 million market cap. Fuzzy, a little bit of a sell-off back down below 20 million at 16. I saw this one did go up to 25, almost 30 million market cap, I think. Might have pushed up even higher. Army popped off today. Army up 45% on the day. 14 million market cap. Salute, 13 million. Phoenix at 9. Drop at 5. Casino Coin, shout out to Daniel. Shout out to Daniel. 4 million. Burt, 3.8. Bayer, 3.7. Sigma, 3.5. Couple other tickers here. Where is 1.58? So we need to get to a 1.58, and this thing will be on the front page of First Ledger. So this thing was already almost to the front page of First Ledger. Let me refresh this. See, I like this. I like what First Ledger. Zach's gone all ninja on us lip syncing. Is it still off? Is it still off? Okay. I like how First Ledger has this warning. Meme coins are not investments. There will always be sophisticated players trying to take your XRP. This is why having fun with small bags is the best strategy. Seriously, many of these tokens go to zero in an instant. Know your limit, play within it. I like this one too. Hello, not going to say that word. First Ledger does not censor garbage, but that does not mean we will promote it. If you are creating copyrighted or excessively graphic meme coins, we will hide them from the token list. Just be cool, have fun, and everyone is happy. Where'd my tick? Oh, there it goes. Okay. There it is. Yeah, so this one's at 1.4 right now. Pretty dang close to getting back on that first page of First Ledger. And this one, like I said, this narrative is going to go for a while because that Joey wallet, their First Ledger's in the middle of finishing it. It's going to be similar to Zalman. It'll be a self-custody wallet, self-hosted wallet on the XRP ledger. So you have full integration with the XRP ledger from their wallet. And once again, it's going to be called the Joey wallet. Let me see if I can find let me see here. That's what I was going to look up. I was going to look up the Joey wallet. Here it is. Here's their official Twitter handle. At Joey Wallet. And they just got the Z's. They're just sleeping right now. Still working on it. And they just have one post, Joey Wallet. Little kangaroo. Is that what this character is? Is this a kangaroo? Joey's a kangaroo? We're going to hop all the way to a 10 mil, 20 mil, 50 mil, 100 mil market cap. I asked Twitter today, I said, what project could legitimately be pushed to $1 billion market cap? I like the idea of everybody getting behind a ticker and pushing it to $1 billion, but that's the whole game, is that everybody wants it to be their ticker, right? So in an ideal world, you know, we could all come to an agreement. Oh, this is the ticker that we're going to send. Everybody's going to buy. Nobody's going to sell. And we're going to send it to $1 billion just so that the rest of, you know, the crypto space will pick up and respect our XRP memes, right? It's not, it won't work like that. I mean, I do think that we will eventually see XRP Ledger tokens moving up towards, you know, 100 million, few hundred million market caps. That's on the way. This next wave for XRP, and you have to understand too, the XRP memes are also another way of hedging your XRP, right? So they're correlated to XRP. Their main pairings are always XRP. So when XRP goes up in dollar terms, your meme coin's going up, but it's also trading against XRP specifically. And so at times it can appreciate against XRP, while XRP in dollar terms is staying flat. The meme can go, so you're making more XRP. And then when XRP goes in price-wise, you got a direct pairing to XRP, and the AMM is trading between the two assets, conducting that arbitrage trading for you, and or for anybody that's put their assets into the pool. And so it's a way for you to earn more XRP, and basically another way to hedge your XRP bet. Joey is what you call a baby kangaroo. Is that where they got the name from? Is that where they got the name from? It's a Joey in a pouch. Is that where they got the name from? Wow, really? That's pretty good. Wes Hill, thank you for the 5 spot. You should do a collab episode with Mickle. I would love to hear you guys trade thoughts. That would be a lot of fun. Our audio's still off. Okay. Well, guys, we tried to keep the stream rolling. It looks like the aliens are still attacking us. At this point, I'm going to wrap it up. It's been an absolute pleasure and a party with you guys tonight. We gave away 300 XRP. I'm going to be doing some sort of giveaway on Thursday's live show as well, but make sure you guys tune back. Tomorrow morning, we'll be dropping a fresh update, keeping you up to date every single day here in these crypto markets, current events, and the broader financial markets as well. Now, everything's at my website, zachrector.com. In the community resources tab, we have everything that you'll need there. And if you're looking to join us in the Discord community, you sign up through Patreon to get access to Discord. The new XRP family collections are available. We have the Greenhouse now live. We have the XRP Poker Table now live. This week, we will be adding additional hats, and we will also be adding bundles. So we're going to have an XRP family bundle that'll include like 3 shirts, discounted rate. And then we're going to have the Bearable Guy series. It's like 6 of them, discounted and available for you guys to bundle them up. So if you want to get all of them at once, we're going to give it to you at a little discount. We'll have that available this week as well. So stay back here Tuesday, Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, and we'll be doing another giveaway on Thursday because that was so much fun. All right, guys. God bless all of you guys. Thank you so much. For the winners of tonight's giveaway, you will be receiving an email from me. Thank you so much for your support. God bless you all. Thank you so much.